everybody? It's your man DJ Caveman back again with DJ Iron Monkey for yet another episode of Caveman and Iron Monkey talking shit. Because that's what we do. We talk that shit. We talk it with our chests. You know what I mean? Say it with our
Yes.
chest. And if you don't like it, we don't really give a fuck. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? What's good with you, Playboy?
No, I'm just chilling, man. I'm glad I'm able to be functional to move around because I realized at 45, mentally, I can do things. Physically, I can do things in the moment. It's afterwards that I have to realize. And working a back to back by myself, where the first night it was two shows in two different rooms. Last night it was three rooms and three rooms and three different type of shows. And I thought I was Hercules and did it all by myself with no help. And physically my body was feeling it today. So other than that, like wrapped up earlier this week with the film shoot for the movie with our good buddy of ours, friend of the podcast, Tom DiNucci,
Word.
director extraordinaire from Rhode Island. So, other than that, just kind of dealing with the kind of little repercussions of people calling me an actor and superstar and Mr. Hollywood. I'm like, no, because I might just be one and done. Like, y'all don't know that I'm not really a, a front of the camera kind of guy. Like, I do it because, it's good for people to see the person actually doing the work. Like somebody like Will Packer, the producer that does a lot of award shows. He does a lot of movies. He does the TV show that I've been talking about, Fight Night on Peacock.
Oh, yep.
Like like him, Stan Latham, Sanaa Latham's father. Yo, when I
Yeah.
started to see like his sheet of his work, the body of work that he's done,
Yeah, it's
I'm
vast.
like, yo, oh my god, that's kind of like what I'm fitting to do. Just pop up every now and then on the podcast. But other than that, is I just want to produce and let my art and everything just represent itself. But other than that, man, how's your week though?
And my week was all right. You know what I mean? I'm back.
Come on, be real, be real. You know
No,
you
no,
was going through it.
that's where I'm gonna leave it. My back is a mess. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get very much sleep this week, you know. And
Mm.
but things are looking up. I mean, I'm at look at this beard right now. My beard is looking like
Mm.
my beard is looking amazing right now.
Well, it's blending into the hoodie, and the
No,
lighting
no, no,
is
no,
what
no,
it
no,
is.
chill, chill,
But,
chill, 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 chill. What you doing?
huh?
What you doing?
Me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't tell people the illusion. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? My beard is looking great right now because of whatever part. You know what I mean? I ain't no Beijing, you know.
You
But
don't have the Carlos Boozer shit
no,
going on.
no, I don't got the DJ Khaled shit. You know what I mean? This is actual growth.
All
I
right.
can wipe it, but it might not have the hang time but it's all blending in right now, so it might look a little more fluffier than general. But
Okay.
overall, I'm having a good beard week. Uh,
Okay. I'm glad you're taking optimistic spins on things. I'm glad that I'm having that level of effect on you.
oh man, listen,
When it comes to the optimistic spin, because usually you're more of the man, fuck that shit type dude.
no, I'm still that guy. I'm
Oh
still the
yeah,
petty, I'm still the Petty Luther King. However, therapy has helped me, you
change
know,
the percentage.
change the percentages of shit, and
Yeah.
I'm at a very peaceful place in my life. And I try not to let too much bullshit in, but sometimes the bullshit gets in. You deal with it, push it to the side. You try not to let it affect, you know what I mean, your life
Listen, I
too
tell
heavy.
everybody, we're all tested. No matter if you're a good person or a bad person, we're all tested. And the way that we respond is just number one, it will show us our level of growth or how much we're just looking to stand our ground on some things. But you got tested. I get tested, It's either physical, emotional, financial, spiritual. We will all get tested somehow. That's the game of life. You
Absolutely.
know, some people study and some people just are just flunkies.
Well, I
You
mean,
know.
the real magic in it is, there's a book out called The Four Agreements for
Mm,
those who haven't read it,
yes.
and you know, I try to live within those four agreements. You know what I mean? So like the shit that
Mm,
what I mean, you might have to deal with. It's probably coming from a different source that has nothing to do with you. So you just have to, move through what you can move through and
mm,
handle what you can handle, and then that's it. You know what I mean? Whatever you can't handle, it's not for you.
mm,
Essentially that's the gist of it all. But overall, my week was decent. I went to the doctor. I had a doctor's appointment on Monday. Shout out to my doctor.
oh
Uh,
yeah, I got one
and
coming up.
A1C is looking good, blood pressure looking good, cholesterol looking good, everything
Nice.
looking good. You know what I mean? I'm down about a quarter. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm.
you know what I mean? You boys over here getting svelte.
And you
Uh,
see that's the reason why I was trying to get you to testify about the personal struggles that you might have had in your week. Because as men of a certain age, as you like to say, now that we're over 40, we just have to recognize certain things like going to our doctor, going to our dentist, doing certain health checkups, the kind of basic shit that as children we didn't really like to do. But now that we're adults, it's like it's not about liking to do shit. It's about doing it because it's necessary. It's not about likes. It's about necessity. So, you know, going to your doctor, I have a doctor's appointment, your back, my body, just recognizing how we just have to manage life and the juggle game of it all. You know, that's the reason why I was trying to get you to testify, so that way we could talk about it. Because I know with the dads, dudes, and father figures, that's something still on the back burner for us.
well, I mean,
So,
that's a whole other podcast too. So maybe one day I'll do it inside the mind of with just me. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get you
oh,
on this,
oh,
dude.
yeah. You know what? First, I gotta get on, and then I'm gonna have to do that interview of you where I ask you questions.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that for sure.
Alright.
You know
Bet,
what I'm
bet,
saying?
bet, bet, bet.
Let's get into it, man. Shit. For me, the topic of the week is these motherfucking Tigers and these Mets in the baseball playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Mets, man, the miracle Mets, man.
Shout out to the
Woo!
squads. You know what I'm saying? Doing the damn
Pete
thing.
Alonso.
The Mets took it in game one. You know what I'm saying? The Tigers got their ass
Woo!
kicked in game one, but we got the eventual Cy Young winner on the mound on Monday, and
Mm.
hopefully we can
Potential MVP as well. You was
potential
making the case
MVP as
last
well.
week.
Let's make sure that we can get one game on the road. It's only a best of five, so we have to
You
sweep
know
at
what?
home or whatever. But
You know what though? You got to say his name and put his name out in the universe though. You can't just say the Detroit pitcher, potential Cy Young
no,
winner,
Mr.
potential
Terry Scooble, the
Terry
best
Scooble. Put his
best
name out
best
there
pitcher in the game. You know what I mean? And they went with their
because
bull. They went with a bullpen session on Friday, and I don't know why they would do that shit, or Saturday rather, whenever the game was. But
Mhm.
that's because they traded away like basically their rotation to get younger. And then they
Mhm.
brought all the young guys up, and the young guys were like, it's like when you put dudes in at like garbage time at the end of a basketball
Mhm.
game, and like you got the one dude who just hits like 4 threes real quick. Like that's kind of what the Tigers
Uh
did. You know what I mean? Like we went, called up all of our young
Jeremy
dudes.
Lin.
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah. We called up all our young guys, and they were like, well, shit, let's win some baseball games while we're up here. And
Hmm.
they're 33 and 17 since like August,
Yeah.
like and into the
Sometimes you
playoffs.
got to go with the youth movement, man.
So like their whole payroll, like their starting payroll this year is like 19 million, not even, because they got so many guys
Mm.
on like rookie deals up right now.
Are they going with them Tampa Bay Raid type, Oakland A Moneyball type?
Nah,
Uh,
I don't think so. I just think they were like, yo, let's call up all these young dudes. Like we're out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
mm,
probably not gonna make the playoffs, so let's see what we got in our farm system.
yeah.
And now
Uh, mm,
they're in the second round of the playoffs.
yo, and if anything, like we still got that ongoing bet where who's gonna make it further in the playoffs, the Mets or the Tigers. And if anything, Pete Alonso has come through clutch. Oh my goodness. Him, Lindor, like the team is giving the city like a nice energy. And the thing is that it's carrying over. And that's one thing I realized with New York teams is that depending on which team is doing good and how well they're doing and when they're doing well, it has a trickle effect to the other sports because the Rangers did well this year. Um, Now the Mets and the Yankees are doing well. That's also building on the energy with the what my Knicks can do this year. The Jets, they're still New Jersey to me. I call them the Nets anytime I want to talk shit about them. Other than that, I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm not going to talk shit about the basketball team and say Brooklyn. I'm only going to say the Nets. Nets still got that New Jersey stench on them. But if anything, the Giants, they had a big win today, and it's infectious. And that's what I like about the sports in New York because it's not about the politics, it's not about race, it's not about anything but our team doing well and them representing us properly. That's the thing I like about like sports in New York when it's doing well. But the Mets, they're feeding off of all that energy and that man. They lost today by 1 to the Phillies, so it's tied 1-1. They play again on Tuesday, so we'll see what's going on with that. But the Yankees are holding it down strong. That they might meet up with the Tigers next round too. So
Yeah, that would be a the
yeah.
Tigers have had their number for a long time, but that's a
Mm.
that's a powerful Yankees lineup, man. So
Yo, I sent you the numbers with Shohei Otani and Aaron Judge this year. Yo, those numbers are out of this world. That's like juice ball era type shit that
yeah,
they're doing. Like it's weird, but physically, Aaron Judge is who he is, and Otani, he's just skilled. So his skill is actually being put on display, and it's
yeah,
great.
fact.
I'm watching a little bit more baseball, but I feel like I still watch a little bit more WNBA than I do baseball at this point. Even though I'm a bigger baseball fan, like I've really lost my love in baseball, kind of like the way I kind of lost love in wrestling until I started watching that Mr. McMahon shit that you mentioned last week, and then I was watching Heels. But I'm getting a little bit more into wrestling. Shout out to Danny Limelight, the guy that was on set on the movie that we was doing. He was a
Okay, yeah, yeah.
AEW wrestler.
I saw Vanessa Angel was on there too. She was in the WWE for a little bit. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, homeboy, Chris Tonham. I guess he was in the WWE for a bit, or for like, I think he was one of them guys on like Saturday morning.
oh, just the
The
dude that
scrub
get
kind of
beat
guy.
down real quick.
Yeah, the old school Barry Horowitz kind of guy
Yeah, yeah,
on a Saturday, and just
yeah.
come out and just make the up and comer look good.
Right, right, right.
Have Rey Mysterio do all his fancy moves and shit on. But nah,
Yeah,
shout out to Chris Tonham as well.
yeah. Shout out to Chris. I saw him today actually.
Mm,
Uh, shout out to the New York Liberty. New York is having a great sports week right now. The
I'm
New York
telling you,
Liberty
it's infectious.
they made it to the WNBA finals. Uh, they'll either be playing the
Hmm.
Minnesota Lynx or the Connecticut Sun, depending on how that game panned out. Um, so you know, but
Yeah,
here's the
man.
question for you: if the Mets meet the Yankees in the World Series, who you taking?
All right. So I had this same kind of feeling
You
because
can't
the
say
same
New
way.
York. You can't say whatever's best for New York. You got to choose a side, dude.
And that's what I was gonna get to because it's like with Pittsburgh Steelers being in the AFC and the New York Giants being in the NFC, it's like who am I gonna root for? My thing is like number one, whoever has the better story at that moment. For me, it's like team wise, like whoever earned it the most, I felt for me, I would then root for. In this case, when it's New York Mets and New York Yankees, I would say the Mets. Even when they had the Subway Series, before I was going for the Mets for the simple. Well, I knew the Yankees was gonna win, but I was low key rooting for the Mets for the simple fact that when I first started and getting into baseball, I was a Mets fan, and then on top of it, back in those days, the was it the National League was the ones that made that pitchers bat too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, everybody got a bat. And then it becomes the strategy. You have your pitcher, he might get on base, you get a pinch runner, or he lays down a bunt to move a runner over. It's about manufacturing runs versus the American League, which was just hit home runs.
And it's still
You
like
know,
that in the National League, which is going to be amazing because now next year Otani can pitch again and he won't have to like not get at bats on days that he pitches like he had to in the American League.
yeah, DHing.
So now he'll be able to pitch and hit without taking a day off from the bats, which is going to be
Yeah,
the numbers might be a little bit better.
yo, and for me as like like back in those days when we used to play, even like in University Heights when we used to play that little bonk stick ball, and even when we used to play little league baseball, my thing was that I used to get tired of batting right-handed and I was hitting the ball. It became too easy for me, so I challenged myself to bat left-handed. So I started watching people like Eddie Murray and all those switch hitters from back in those days, just to work on my skill. But I've always believed if you're pitching, you have to bat. Like I sent you a reel about that one baseball player that played every position in one game.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
that,
did that in Little
that
League. Oh, Babe Ruth.
yeah. Know what I mean, and
Did that
that's
in
what
Babe
it
Ruth.
is. Like I hate being catcher. Oh my goodness. And as a pitcher, I had that eephus pitch. I remember watching old ESPN when they used to have the reels on ESPN with like Fred McGriff with the hitting and other little shit like
Yeah.
that. I saw the eephus pitch, so that was my shit. I used to just throw it up. It used to go high, and so for some reason, people couldn't hit it. It's like the opposite of softball, where it's coming underhanded versus overhanded. It's weird. It was just my logic as a little kid, but catcher and first base, I don't like them too.
Word.
Those were my worst, but yeah, man, sports, man. And your Tigers, what they had the bye week this not the Tigers, the Lions, they had the bye
Right.
week
Yeah.
this
No, we
week.
had to buy this week. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So I got to just watch regular games today without any investment. But the
No,
Wolverines,
no,
the Wolverines did get beat by
no.
Washington. Big
Oh,
upset.
wow.
It was mad
Yeah, I
upsets
was,
in college, but
yeah, I
um,
was gonna say no excitement for Detroit Pistons this year. Huh?
no, they got a good young team, man. I think they're gonna do all right. They should make the playoffs this year. You know what I mean?
Nah, they're at worst, well, at best, fitting to get into the playing because
Nah, man.
like them, Atlanta,
They're gonna make they're gonna make
Toronto.
they're gonna make the playoffs, dog.
I'm glad you're optimistic about your team
Sixth seed.
because
They're gonna be the sixth seed.
hell no. Like again, you
Bet,
got Orlando.
bet it.
You mind you on the low end, you have Orlando. You have Toronto. You have motherfucking Cleveland. Um, who else is there in the East? Charlotte, maybe.
What's the
But
bet?
that Detroit, come on, man.
Six.
You know how many bets you've lost going with
But
the
how many have I?
Pistons?
But how many have I won?
None. None. You haven't won any of them. You haven't won any of
Oh,
them.
with the Pistons?
That,
Yeah, I've been striking out with the Pistons, but that's all right.
oh,
I'm
no, that's
riding.
what I'm saying. Yo, as your friend, I'm not taking that bet.
You're
Yo,
not gonna take
I,
that
I
bet?
can't. No, I'm not gonna be an enabler. I wish they make the playoffs just for your sake, but I'm not gonna make no bet. I'm not that friend that's gonna be an enabler on this scene. Nah, not me. Nah, you're forming bad habits, Daryl.
Hey, listen, man.
Betting on
Listen,
the
listen.
Pistons.
Listen, I'm winning my other
Don't
bets.
do it.
I'm winning my
Don't do
baseball
it.
bets. I'm winning my Lions bets.
No,
You know what
no,
I'm saying?
that's
And
cool. That's
this is the year
cool.
that I'm finally gonna win my Pistons bet. But you don't want to
No,
make it.
look, look,
So
look,
just
look.
when it
Take,
happens, when it
take it from
happens,
me. Take it from me. Take it from me. Sit this one out. Let them do good. After they do good, then place your bet properly.
nah,
Just
B.
take your wins. Take your wins. Like, stop trying to mitigate your wins and your losses because you know you're gonna get the loss with the Pistons. You're gonna get the wins with the Lions and the Tigers. But them, them Pistons, don't do it. Nah, don't
Watch,
do it.
watch.
Nah,
Just remember the day.
nah.
What's the day?
You'll be more up, not betting. Even if you win with the Pistons, yeah, you're gonna be up. But what the fact that you're going to 90 to 85% chance lose that bet, don't risk it. Just take your wins with the
Dog.
Lions and Tigers.
That's, listen, that'd be like me telling you, yo, don't even bet on the Knicks because the Knicks are
Nah,
gonna
that
always nick.
nah, it's not that. If anything, they've shown a period of at least two
Yeah,
years in a
yeah.
row. They've shown
When
a
I'm
period,
looking at
and
when I'm
that's what I'm
looking at
saying.
this
Let the
Pistons
Pistons let the Pistons show at least 1 year of winning.
when I'm looking at this Pistons lineup, it looks like sixth place playoffs.
Come on. They're not getting over the Pacers. They're not getting over they might be fighting with Chicago, maybe. Um but come on now. Nah, B.
Listen, if
Come
you don't want the
on.
smoke, you don't have to take the smoke. I'm not forcing you to lose another bet with me.
Nah.
I know you still
No,
lose.
no. Piston wise, Daryl.
Listen, bro, I'm
You
talking.
the bet was
Listen,
is who's gonna have a better record, the Pistons or the Knicks? And
we
mind
talk
you,
right
this
now.
goes back about like at least 6 years, and you have not won once. Six.
This is
Yo, I feel like Jordan. I'm 6-0.
this is a
I'm
whole new
six and
year,
zero on this
and
bet.
we're
I'm
talking.
Jordan.
I'm talking about bets across all the bets. Right now, you have the most recent
Oh,
loss, so maybe
oh
you're just
yeah.
feeling like you can't lose again. Because you're about to lose this baseball bet too. You know,
Nah, the baseball bet is a sturdy bet. I don't know what our football bet is because I know that my Giants. They're like, if anything, I know I'm not betting on my Giants. Like, yeah, I want them to be competitive. I want them to show growth. But if anything, I'm not gonna place no real deal bet on them. I'm betting on the Steelers. If anything, like I'm fitting to see what the score is with them going against the
so
Cowboys because
what's
me
the
and my
Steelers
father
bet?
got
Because
into
you
an
already know
argument. Me
my
and my
the last
father got into an argument about who was better in the past 20 years, the Steelers or the Cowboys. I'm like, come on, man. The
the Steelers
Steelers,
have at least one Super Bowl in the last 20 years,
not
so
me.
already better.
So he was trying to get like that Stephen A. Argument going on with me, and I had to show him the facts. He was like, "No, but if anything, people still prefer the Cowboys over the Steelers." I'm like, "That's cool. We're not trying to be Hollywood like Dallas. We're just trying to take care of business. That's it. Shit hasn't been comfortable, but we try to make best as much as we can by thing." My father's like, "Well, if you don't win a championship, then you're basically your season's a wash and it's a waste." I'm like, then that means that every coach should get fired if they don't win a championship. Only one team wins a championship every year. So that means every year all those coaches are gonna get fired. Man, get out of here. Tomlin is solid. That's my guy. I'll always root for Tomlin.
Yeah, well, I mean, we already know they're not better than the Lions right now, so I'm
Well, okay.
not
So
even
what's
gonna
the bet?
speculate.
Is who's gonna get further in the playoffs?
We already know. We already know. You're looking at the
You
end.
know what? You know what? I would take a solid. I would take a solid bet on my Steelers this year making the playoffs. Right? I'll make a solid bet on that. Is your bet because you're so confident in your team that you'll make it to the second round?
We're winning the division, and then we're winning the conference. It's the Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl year, doggy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I already made my Super Bowl pick. Patriot. I mean, Lions, Ravens.
All right, so hold on. You know Minnesota's 5-0, right?
Man, fuck them. They ain't played nobody. They ain't played nobody. They played a bunch of bums.
Yo,
So they should be 5-0.
I'm so surprised how well their defense is doing because they lost so many people on defense in this off season. I was like, yo, what the hell? And then even I'll tell you something. Sam Donald, sometimes like you have to like change locations to actually, find your niche in this league. Because when he was with the Jets, I remember one thing with him. I think it was year two. He was saying that he was seeing ghosts. As a quarterback, you never want to say that out loud, especially in front of a camera. Like you're seeing ghosts. That means like when you say hike, you're feeling a blitz and then you're reacting on something that's not there. Like that's bad habits. Like you betting on your Pistons
Come on, man.
as a 6 seed.
Six seed.
I said a playing. I said a viable playing team.
Watch.
I said a viable playing team. I'm giving your team credit. That's what I'm saying.
Playoffs.
Um,
You heard me say it. Playoffs. But yo, we keeping it tight tonight, so we're not gonna go down the rabbit hole. But you already know what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's me talking my little shit about sports, there, man.
What's on the mind of DJ Iron Monkey? You got anything today? Anything grinding your
Um,
gears?
no, nothing necessarily. I'll keep mine very short because last week I was a little bit long with mine, but no diddy. But all that aside, no, I've just been pivoting because I've been trying to do one kind of mix, and it like I've been having so much problems with that mix, like the audio, trying to EQ it, all that other kind of shit. Like, so I'm pivoting to doing a different mix, and I realized as a DJ, I tend to do something different than what other artists and other DJs are doing. And I have to recognize, yeah, I might not get the recognition for what it is, but like I said earlier, it's about having solid content. You know, I prefer to be behind the scenes, and maybe it's not popping as much because I don't make myself sociably accessible to people because sometimes in social settings I take on too much and it becomes overwhelming to me where I prefer to just be working. That's where I love being a bar back because I can be sociable and then I have business to take care of. I have an off switch. But just standing there and just listening to music and drinking and watching people dance and going to dance and all people talking about me, not on that kind of time. That said, my next mix, I'm gonna make it adult. I don't know why I had this idea of it being in a chateau, but it's to be continued.
It's gonna be
So
fancy, huh?
it's gonna be fancy. It's gonna be kind of upscale in a way. How am I gonna accomplish that? That's where the magic happens.
Word,
So, and yeah, that's been on my mind for a little bit. How
word,
about
word.
yourself?
Well, you know me, man. Actually, the only thing really on my mind is, you know,
Are you gonna go there? Because if anything, I have the red button, and I'll make sure that you don't say too
nah,
much.
no, I'm not
I'll be
gonna
the
go.
governor on this one.
What I'm gonna say
That's
is
where you're gonna
is,
go.
is this: it's important to always be true to who you are at all times because you never know the role that you play in another person's story. However,
Mhm.
if you're always true to yourself, it can only be that person's story and how they feel. Because the people that know you. And
Mm,
so, just always be stand up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did. I've been seeing situations and hearing about situations where, folks are not stand up about how shit is, you know,
mm.
and everything comes out the way that it's supposed to. So as long as you do what you need to do and you do what you're supposed to do, everything works out exactly how it should. Um,
True indeed.
but also, um, I need to like, I need to shed some light on Angel Reese's comments about not winning Rookie of the Year. Uh,
Oh, I didn't hear that. I didn't
yeah,
hear
I
that.
saw it was very brief. She made it seem like
Really?
yeah, she didn't win. She didn't win, and this is the segue. You know what I mean? Because she's being really out of character, or maybe this is her character, but it's a bad
Uh,
look for her to say that they handing out. Essentially, I'm a paraphrase. Uh, she was upset that she only got one Rookie of the Year vote, and she
mm.
said, obviously, they're giving Make a Wish uh, awards out. Like, come on, man. Like at a certain point, you got to recognize what your game is, and there's no way you can be Rookie of the Year with that amount of efficiency around the basket.
You know what though? No, that sounds like because this is very hot off the presses for me. I didn't hear it. I might have to hear it later. It might have to formulate it for next week. But it sounds like Dennis Rodman is mad that Jordan won the MVP. Now, granted, I call Caitlin Clark Jordan reluctantly in the sense that she's bringing the marketing, she's bringing the cameras, she's bringing the limelight, she's bringing the money into the WNBA because
More
the
of it.
NBA has been paying basically child support for the WNBA to stay on their insurance policy. Know what I mean? That's what it's been for the past 25 years. And she's the one that's really bringing it to the limelight. Now, granted, Angel Reese, she has a role to play and she's playing a good role. But she has to understand she's putting up records. It's not about race, it's about numbers. And when you look at numbers across the board, it's hard to take race out of it because
But
it
it's
is
not
what it
though.
is.
It's about numbers. You know what I mean? It's not about anything except that you weren't efficient around the basket. Sure, you had 1,000 rebounds or whatever you had, but
But you're Dennis Rodman,
but you missed
basically.
you missed a bunch of those. Like if a third of those were missed shots, like imagine what your points per game would have been if you were more efficient around the basket. And you
Yeah,
can't be mad at
the double double record was nice, but by comparison,
it was a lot of 12
the
and 10.
the
It was a lot of 12 and 20s. 12 and
yeah,
8.
but then it's like all right, the 3-point record and the assist record. So well, I think it was the points record too for a rookie. So it's like, come on now. I understand you want to feel like you have the role of being the villain or somebody's and I was saying this very reluctantly. Black woman standing up for herself. As a black man, it's going to seem like I'm not standing up for her in her fight. I hear where she's coming from. I will probably say this, and I should probably say this off mic, but it's like, look, you gotta pick and choose your battles. But if you want to be the Draymond Green or the Dennis Rodman of the league, keep saying what you're saying. The thing is be efficient. what you're doing isn't isn't superseding what she's doing.
This is
Period.
not. It's not even about anything except it's not about defending black women. It's about yo, your numbers weren't as good. When your direct opponent for winning the rookie of the year sets the assist record for the league, not even
For the league.
the
For
league.
the league.
You know what I mean? Like you can't
The 3 points, the points
like
itself, like
come on, man. Shit is crazy. It's like Aaron Judge being mad. No, no, no. I use a different example.
it's like Jeremy Lin being mad that he didn't win MVP over Kobe type shit.
Yeah, like, yeah, maybe closer than that. But I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like being efficient around the basket, her numbers could have easily been 20 and 10, and she could have had just as many double doubles, but scored more points. But most of her double doubles were lopsided the other way. 10 points,
Mm.
18 rebounds, 12 points, 18 rebounds. You know what I mean? Like that's and then when you look at the baskets, it's like
Mm.
a lot of them were offensive rebounds.
Yeah. And see again, like I I'm just trying to take all race out of it because it's
Absolutely.
not like
That's why I thought it was
because
internet. It's like I use this as the internet fuckery award of the night.
yeah,
It's just like, come on, man, what are we doing? And then you're gonna compare that to like Make a Wish. Like, how is that even the
yeah,
same?
come
It's just a
on,
terrible look
man,
by Angel
come
Reese.
on.
I like Angel Reese as a person. She's easy on the eye. She's a super dope player. I was actually somebody showed highlights of her like in high school,
Mm.
and she was out there beasting them girls. But you could see even in her high school film, she got bad feet.
See, and this is the thing
And that
for
shit don't
me.
work. It works in high school. It worked a little bit in college, but it ain't gonna work in the pros. You gotta get your feet right.
See, for me, on the most part, if somebody would say something to me, I would sit that one out, and I'll be like, you know, and that because it's hard to do. Number one, I don't know her, never met her. Um, I don't owe her anything. She doesn't owe me anything. Just in a general sense, it's like, all right, I see where you're going with this. You know, you're generating kind of like in wrestling. You have to have a heel to a Hulk Hogan. Know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't think it's an act. I think it's actually how she feels about it.
Yeah,
And what
yeah,
she should be doing is being in the gym instead of going to football games every weekend. And maybe she's in the gym. I can't. I'm not her. I don't live her life. But
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
seemed like she ain't really working on her game if she want to be better. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
But again, like that's the way that I'm taking it. I'm taking it from an entertainment standpoint, where it's like, to every yin there has to be a yang. So it's like, okay, well, you're talking that shit. Cool, bet. Next year, come with that Elijah footwork. Come with the high efficiency. Show the mid range. Show the 3 point. Show the assist. Like if you're that complete of a player, show it. Like what Asia Wilson, right? Show that you're in that light. The Shamika Host and all of them. Know what I mean,
Right.
like show that you have what it takes to be on that platform. Because right now it's just hot air. You're just talking. Know what I mean?
Facts. Facts.
So
But enough of that
the the,
internet
the
fuckery.
the the talk is spicy, but now it's time to show and prove. That's it.
The other thing I did see that was amazing, and it's not necessarily internet fuckery, but I was like, damn, this is fucking crazy that this shit is even happening. Um, the kid from Boise State, Genty, he's the running back for Boise State. He has a
Uh-huh.
his name is I want to big him up. His name is man, move this out of the way, bro.
Mm.
Hold on. Ashton Genty.
Okay.
Ashton Genty, Jeanty, Ashton Genty. 5 games,
Okay.
95 carries, 1,031 yards,
In 5 games?
16 touchdowns. He's averaging 10.9 yards a touch.
In 5 games? So wait, hold on. So are you telling me from a couple of weeks ago when we had the conversation about that dwarf that scored 5 touchdowns in the game, and I'm like, yo, you should just trip this dude, just mush this little motherfucker. Like, yo, did you actually find him? And is he actually playing for Boise State right now? Is that what's going on?
Yo,
Is that his?
this shit is crazy. Last year, he had 220 carries and only had 1,300 yards. So I don't know what they're doing at Boise, but this dude is getting off. Game 1 against I don't even know what school that is.
Who? Yeah, who are they playing?
20 carries for 267 yards in week 1. Week 2 against Oregon. Week 2 against Oregon, they lost, but he had 25 carries for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 6 touchdowns in the first game, 3 touchdowns against Oregon.
Damn, Al Bundy.
And his worst game against I don't know, PRST, whatever that abbreviation is. I'm gonna go with Puerto Rico State because they beat their ass. He had only 11 carries, but he had 127 yards, no touchdowns in that game. That's his worst game so far.
What? Damn, 11, 125.
127. Then in the next game against Washington State.
Okay, sounds like a pretty decent school.
26 carries, 259 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Al Bundy.
Then last week against Utah State, 13 carries, 186 yards, 3 touchdowns.
So, yo, he's killing them state schools, it sounds like.
Kid is a menace.
Yo, watch out Fresno State and Oklahoma State.
He's like, 16 touchdowns in 5 games. It's crazy. 16 touchdowns in 5 games. And he had a game without any touchdowns.
127 on 11 carries.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So shout out to Ashton Genty. You know what I'm saying? He's doing work over there in Boise.
Hey, yo. Yeah, so if anything, that would be nice if the Giants pick him up. But it's again like we have to find out if that Allen Genty is that dwarf that we was talking about.
No. He's like 5'8".
Oh, okay. Oh, the dwarf had a growth worth. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. I see him.
I'm sorry, he's 5'9". My bad.
Whoa.
Listen, I don't like to fade people.
He got lifts in the shoes.
I don't like to fade people on their height. You know.
Yeah. As I kind of shy away from that part of the conversation.
I'm saying you could be Ashton Genty, dog.
Hey, not at 45. I'm not, but I'll be the Allen. I'll be the Allen Genty of ball backing. That's what I'll be. Buddy. Yeah, taking care of 3 different rooms all by myself.
We keeping it tight tonight because it's a school night. We started a little late, but let's jump into the top 5. Top 5. It's Halloween season. You know what I'm saying? Apple cinnamon, cider donuts. We're not even gonna talk about. We're not even talking about the jack-o'-lantern bullshit that people be trying to push on you.
The pumpkin spice season. No, pumpkin spice season. Is that now?
Listen, I don't recognize pumpkin spice season.
Yeah, neither do I. Because pumpkin spice isn't really pumpkin. It's just the spice that you put in pumpkin pie.
Ta-da.
It's just like McDonald's secret sauce.
Hey, people stop drinking apple cider. I don't think so. Apple cider is still a huge seller. You know what I'm saying? Cider donuts, apple picking,
hot cider,
warm cider donuts.
Irish.
There's just so much
Ooh.
more happening in the Apple universe that I don't
Oh yeah.
understand how pumpkin spice took over
But
Halloween.
wait, Daryl, real quick. The apple cider with the Crown Royal apple splash. Nice. See, that's when you're an adult. That's when you listen to jazz and you just mellow out on your Sunday mornings and you're watching the sunrise, even though you work till like 3 o'clock in the morning. You still make sure you wake up to see that sunrise and listen to the jazz and get that little, you know, what was they say, the hair of the dog or
But whatever.
whatever it is.
It's a nice cup of tea for me right now.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
but
Either
yeah, let's
way.
get into the top five. Speaking of, since we're in Halloween season, we're gonna do top five Halloween candies. So in case y'all wondering what you should get for the kids, if you passing out candy this year?
No, I never pass out candy. I don't believe in childhood diabetes. I'm taking a stand on that. I'm taking a stand on that. And
All
plus,
right,
I don't
well,
know people's dietary needs and shit like that. So I'm not fitting to have like an EpiPen for passing out candy. Oh, I can't touch that. Oh, the packaging. Oh, I can smell it. Oh. Listen,
yeah, if they come to your house to trick or treat, they're there for the candy, bro.
I live on the second floor. You think I'm walking up and down the second floor? Nah, no.
See, I'm saying it's a Thursday night.
To pass out candy?
I might sit a little chair on the porch with my little bucket. See how many kids I get.
Your housing situation is set up different than mine's. Respectfully,
All right,
respectfully.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So, but anyway, top five Halloween candies. In case you're wondering what to get for the kids, and you need some ideas, we're gonna run down our top five Halloween candies to give out on
Yeah,
Halloween, or the ones that
yeah.
we like to get. You know what I'm saying?
I was going with the ones I like to get, but you
Yeah,
can go
same
first.
difference. My list of things I get, I don't give away stuff that I won't eat. So, because there's always leftover candy. So why would I
Okay,
buy the candy?
I went with things that I like to get.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like to
all
get
right.
these are the candies I like to get, but these are also the candies I would give away because it's
Okay,
the ones that I like the most. You know what I
okay,
mean?
all
So
right.
the
Oh,
leftover
okay.
candy jar on November 1st is full of
Mm.
candy that you like. It's not full of like gobstoppers and dots and motherfucking,
Dots was the worst.
it's
God
not full
damn
of
it,
terrible
dots.
candies. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Dots.
so
My teeth hurt just thinking about that shit.
right.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do one honorable mention. That's not a candy
Okay.
that I've ever gotten on Halloween, but I always buy them and just so I can have them if I do give out candy, and that's gonna be Raisinets as my
Oh,
as
okay.
my as my honorable mention. Um, Reese's peanut butter cups is my number five candy, full
Oh,
size or the little minis. It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
okay.
Three Musketeers.
Is your
Um,
number four?
Number four, the little mini joints or the big joints. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you give away at your house. But I love a good
Mm,
Three Musketeers.
okay.
Tootsie Rolls, specifically the midgets,
Wow.
but also
Tootsie Rolls.
the flavored joints because the vanilla and the strawberry and the cherry, all the flavored Tootsie Rolls. You know what I'm saying?
The lime and the lemon ones
The
and
orange
the
and the
cherry.
vanilla, the cherry. All,
Ooh.
you know what I'm saying? Those is yeah, I love those.
Mm.
Um, Number two is the assorted Hershey bag of minis that got the crackle and the Hershey's and the
Oh,
Mr. Good bar and I forget what the other one is.
oh, you're talking about like when they give out like the goodie bag rather than just one individual
Yeah,
candy. They give
yeah,
out the little goodie bag, and it
yeah,
comes
yeah,
with
yeah.
like the little top
It got the assorted Hershey's in it. You know
and
what
the
I'm
little
saying?
game with the ball
I never did the game, but yeah, you throw a couple it's easy to grab a
and
handful
the
of the
marble
mini Johns.
maze.
No, it's just easy to grab a handful of the mini Johns, and it's always like a crackle of regular Hershey's, a motherfucking Mr. Good bar, and some other shit.
You
Um,
kind of cheating on that one, but okay, okay, you kind of
I like all those candies. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
lastly, and this was a new discovery for me, so I'll be adding this to my
The
giveaway
Marble
list.
Maze.
But it's also my favorite candy around Halloween time, and I won't. I won't. I won't. There could be no slander on the podcast about it. But candy corns come individually wrapped in like little joints, little packages that you could pass out. You get them like 60 count. And candy corns is my favorite Halloween candy. So candy corns is my number
Really?
one. Yeah, man.
I thought you was anti candy corn. To be very honest.
What? Never. I mix them shits in a bowl with peanuts. So you mix them with a bowl, you get some roasted peanuts,
Oh,
roasted
raisinets,
plantain
maybe.
peanuts. No, with the candy corns. You throw the candy corns in there, you mix them up with the
Hmm.
peanuts, and then every handful you get a little bit of candy corns, a little bit of peanuts, and when you eat them, it tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
So I've heard. I've heard that before too. Yeah,
You're
I've heard
welcome.
that before.
You're welcome. But that's my top five. You know what I'm saying? What's your top five Halloween candies?
All right, so my top five. All right, so I'll go with some honorable mentions because with the candy corn, I actually like candy corn, but see, I actually ate my candy corn with goobers. So goobers is part of my honorable mentions because yeah, I like raisinets with goobers because the goobers are the chocolate covered peanuts and raisinets is the chocolate covered raisins. So either way, that's honorable mention for me. But my number five, people don't like it, especially my brother and sister. That's why I used to cash out. But Good and Plenty,
Ugh,
they used to like the Mike and Ike's. Yes, exactly.
ugh.
They like
Good
the
and
Mike
plenty.
and Ike's.
Good and
Yeah,
plenty.
I like.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yes,
They always had the one
yes.
that tasted like black licorice in there, man. Them Jones was
That's what it is. The pink and the dark pink.
yeah.
Yeah, buddy. That's all me. Because I used to trade some depending on which Mike and Ike I used to get, I used to trade them off. Right, I used to trade off my Three Musketeers and Milky Ways to get Good and Plenty, or sometimes they would just give it to me. Even better. So that's my number five. Number four, it was a cross between Baby Ruth and Heath Bars. Heath Bars is one of those things that low key, the English toffee is not talked about enough in American culture. Either way, it's one of my low key personal favorites now, even more now that I'm an adult. So number four, Baby Ruth, because of the texture and everything. I don't want to get into it all because I don't want to get into that daily talk and the pause talk. So either way, um, Heath Bar and Baby Ruth, number four. Number three, I went with Airheads over Laffy Taffy. Airheads, especially the blue ones or the mystery white ones, my favorites. Number two, Snickers, just solid all around.
It satisfies you.
Exactly. Only time you would get like regular size was when you go to the boulevard. Pause, no Diddy. There's a whole nother whole shit and all of that, but we're not that podcast. So either way, Snickers number two. Number one, I went with Reese's cups over Reese's pieces. Right? The pieces was nice. I like the pieces, but it was just something about the peanut butter cups that was just for me. So Reese's cups were number one, 1A or 1B are the pieces for me. And then they had that whole ET connection and that whole promotional kick with that movie with the Reese's pieces. So kind of a product of my upbringing in a sense with that one. So yeah, those are my candies that I would like to receive on Halloween, even though I don't celebrate it and I don't support childhood diabetes. So that's a campaign. If United Way comes around, understand, or if they're looking for a face of it all, that's your boy.
Word. And that's the top five for today. You know what I'm saying? Top five Halloween candies that we like to get and give
Mhm.
away. know what I'm saying? Well, I'll give him away. Mr. Childhood Diabetes over here is not doing it. But if you were giving away candy, you got to give away the motherfucking full size candies. Don't be assholes and give away the mini Johns. Give away full size. Be the house that gives away full size candy. You know what I'm saying? Go to BJ's. You can stock up on that shit. And
And you could donate your good and plenties to the DJ IronMonkey Fund.
right, if you get good and plenty, just you know what I'm saying, mail them shits. Hit us up in the chat. We'll send you the address where to send them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I'd
Send
have
all
to
the
set up a PO box or something.
send all the good and plenties to the PO box.
Yeah.
But yo, that's we're up against it, man. It's gonna do it for another episode of Caveman and IronMonkey talking that shit. Like always, giving our unique perspective on the goings on in the world. You know what I'm saying? We got a little sidetracked before, so this one's gonna be a little short, but that's all right. Make sure you follow us on our
Actually,
socials.
well, time wise, it's actually a little bit short
Yeah, a little
because
bit.
last week we went a bit longer because
Yeah,
we're
it
still
all
under an hour right now, but still, yeah.
it all evens out. You know what I'm saying? Continue to be good
Yeah.
people. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
have a great week. Hit that subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next episode.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Peace.